Hey, it's Clay at ClayTrader.com. This will be the weekly review of the Power Profit Scan newsletter, which is part of the Inner Circle subscription service that I offer. Real quick, before I go any further, a couple quick disclaimers as always. First off, am I trying to imply that every single alert I send out is some huge money-making success? No, nobody's perfect, nothing is perfect. And on that note, that's a good reminder. Go and watch last week's video I did, because as I alluded in that video, this is kind of a two-part series, and this is part number 2. So this will all make that much more sense from a learning perspective of why certain things need to be the way that they are. I'll put a link down below if you want to go and watch that one. But like I said, if you want the biggest impact from a learning perspective, from an educational standpoint, then definitely go back and watch that video, because you'll see that last week was not really that great of a week at all. Just kind of one of those weeks that, and it wasn't a very good week. And like I said, you can go back and watch the entire video, or you can keep pressing forward with this one. Just understand that last week, and the scans that were sent out to members, it's not like it was a train wreck week, but it just was just not much going on, and just wasn't a very good week. So that's kind of the context coming into this. But in the previous week, if you just managed losses, if you kept risk under control and all that, keep that in mind. It would be a situation where it's not like your account's blown up or anything, but you're just not coming off the greatest of weeks. But now we have this week here, and we're going to see what happens with it. So as far as, what are we doing? We will be going back and looking at the newsletter from the week of May 6th. Clay, why are you going so far back? Very fair question. 2 reasons. First, it's just a matter of being fair to those people that pay. I mean, the last thing I would want is for somebody to pay for something, and all of a sudden what they paid for is out there for everybody to see. They'd feel kind of ripped off, and I wouldn't blame them. And then second, it's just simply giving the chart plenty of time to play out. Although some of these, as you're about to see, they're still going. But regardless, it's given everything plenty of time to play out. So that's why, we're going back, that period in time. So again, I'd encourage you to watch part number 1, last week's video. But if not, just understand that last week was not anything to brag about at all. But now we have this week. A couple of quick questions that I always get. First off, Clay, what prices are you focused on? Any price. From penny stocks up to here, we're looking at a $60 stock, and you'll see that as I progress through. I don't care about price. I care about probabilities of success. I care about different dynamics that I believe have all lined up to give members the best opportunity at making money. And price is sure, I consider it, but it's not anywhere near the top of the priority list. So prices are all over the place. And then, Clay, when is this sent out? It is sent out on the weekends. That way you have time to look things over. It's not like you get a text message alert or an email and you have to go quickly make a decision. Nothing like that. You can take your time, go through this stuff at your own pace. So first one we're going to talk about here is ticker symbol SHAK. Threw it in the trend trading category. And like I said, we're talking about a stock that's up over $60. And the whole idea here was, nasty candle, but it's looking like it's probably going to do a break of that trend line. However, I threw out, a fake trend line break. I mean, yeah, it will probably get down through that green line, but I don't think that's real. And then I threw out the blue line there right around 57.25. So let's see how this one played out. So here's the alert going into the weekend. And you can see right there, it began to break down through that trend line. But the blue line is the level to keep an eye on. And you can see right there to the blue line it went. Consolidated out, worked its way back upwards. So there potentially, a nice little trade right there. So you could easily have, would have gotten stopped out probably right around there. But let's just, I'm not going to sit here and play, perfect trade where, okay, you would have bought here, then you would have sold here. But let's just say that, all right, maybe you missed that original move. But this way you just keep things in mind, because you can see right here, it once again pulled back and hit that blue line. So, I mean, it's only bounced off that blue line about 10 times by now. So, right there, came down there, hit that blue line, and let's see what's happened from there. And then things really, really came to life. And as of right now, like I said, they're still going. But as of right now, 19.4%. Now, this one took, a few weeks, but I mean, let's just call it a month. Walk into your bank, and we're not going to say that you made perfect 19.4. Let's just say you only made, quote unquote, 10%. So you only made 10% in a month. Walk into your local bank and say, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, sir, I would like 10% on my money in the next month. They will look at you like you're a crazy person. Well, sir, we have bank CDs that are good for, 2% over the next year. But did you say 10% in 1 month? So yeah, very, very nice move, but just a beautiful example of, knowledge with charts, understanding the fake trend line. And like I said, theoretically, you could have played the little miniature bounce right there, taken some, nothing huge, but gains, reloaded, and then really got the big payoff right there. But like I said, we'll just assume that you actually missed that first one, but then kept an eye on it and got filled right there. Very, very nice move. And that's just the first, alert we're going to talk about. The next alert here comes from the location of the newsletter, which is designed for students of some of these strategies. And the reason why there are no pictures is just because people have invested into learning the strategy, learning, the process of how to approach these, then I just need to give them the ticker symbol. It's like, hey, there's some fish over there. And because those people know how to go bait the hook, cast the line and all that, there's no need for pictures and that's the power of knowledge, right? Being able to be self-sufficient. So that's what this is all about, just directing people towards ticker symbols. So right here, I want to talk about, shorting, which means you make money when prices go down. If you're not familiar with shorting, that literally means in the market, you can make money if prices go down. So that's what shorting is. And we're going to look at ticker symbol MAT. So MAT, let's see how this one did. Again, prices going down is a good thing. So that's what the chart looked like when it was sent out. Again, students that understand the setups and such, they're going to know how to play this. But remember, if we see the prices going down, that is what we want. That means from the short side, you are making money. You can see prices kept on drifting. And then right there, continue to fall all the way down there. And that move right there was good for 18.4%. Again, not saying anybody played it right. Let's just say, once again, you only got 10% from it. So only 10% in a few weeks, not too bad, especially when you think about the fact that this was from prices going down. Talk about ultimate flexibility, being able to make money when prices are going down. Good stuff. But yet another one, just, things are firing on all cylinders. Not a huge one, but good. Nice little just banking some good money. The next one here, FTD, and going back to the whole price thing. So think about it. We just looked at a stock that was right around $10. We looked at the first one, which was $60. Now we're talking about a stock that, is indeed a penny stock. This thing is down below $1. So the idea here was the pullback play. One of those things where, I specifically say don't chase. Don't just go and buy it way up here. Let's see if there can be some sort of pullback. So let's see how this one played out. So again, here is the chart over the weekend. Let's see how this one played out. Pulled back, nice, but not quite there. And right there, you can see a couple of days in a row, good opportunity to get in at a nice little location there. So no longer chasing. And then you can see right there, very, very nice bounce to the upside, which was good for 37.3%. Let's say you screwed up half the trade. So you got right around, let's just call it 17%. 17% in about you had to wait a while to get filled, but after you got filled, that happened within about a week. So, like I said, 17% in a week, not bad at all. But overall, you could have made more than 17%, right? That's assuming that you screwed up more than, half the trade. But point being, this is yet another big, good, solid winner. But let's keep going. Coming back to the area where people, the self-sufficient section, I guess we'll call it. So another strategy that I show is called the trampoline trading. So we're looking at XON right here. And if you're wondering about these other ones, none of these would have had any sort of signals to even get in, but XON did. So let's see how this one actually played out. Here was the chart and what it looked like. So I'm going to go through this relatively quick, but like I said, definitely an opportunity, definitely signals here for members to get in and, to stay in the trade. So there's no faulty stop outs or anything like that. So, they would have been in. And then you see things start to come to life here. Keep on coming to life. Pull back slightly. Come back to life again. And then boom, come back to life. Boom, come back to life. And boom, continue to come back to life. So as of right now, who knows how high this thing's actually going to keep on going. But as of right now, that's a profit window of 53.7%. Again, let's say you screwed up half the trade. That's right around 27, 26%. Not too bad, but really, like I said, 50%. You could have played it well and have, walked away, or honestly, still be in the trade for all we know. But point being, Another very, very nice winner. And again, if you're watching this in reference point to last week's video, I mean, this is night and day, but that's just what happens in trading sometimes. You can have a shaky week, and then all of a sudden the next week, boom, things are just firing on all cylinders. I mean, we're making money when prices are going down, and we're making money with pullbacks, and things are just going very, very well. And then for the final alert here, LJPC, and is there some sort of breakout continuation? As I know, yeah, there's a breakout right here, but it has not been very clean. So not the greatest of breakouts, but still there's a breakout that's occurred. So let's see if that leads to anything or not. But the other big lesson here is just general knowledge. Why knowledge pays. Benjamin Franklin says an investment in knowledge pays the best interest rate, and you're going to see the type of interest rate that just general knowledge and how to trade, how to form trade plans, really would have paid off with this one. So again, here was the chart going into the weekend, and let's see what happened with it. Actually, right there, a nice little move. Things got started, and things were looking pretty good. But then things just totally fell apart. So right there, I could see that being, easily a controlled loss, where it is what it is. So we'll just say that. I mean, honestly, I could say, well, technically that was an 8% move right there. So you could have gotten 4%, but now that's just not really a genuine way to go about it. So we're going to call this a loss. Yeah, you maybe got in, but then it totally pulled back here, but you're disciplined. But the other thing is, you have general knowledge. Remember that. So right there is the breakout to the downside of the pattern. And then at this point, it is more than logical to put a green line down here. And if you know why I'm putting that green line down there, then well done. You have some good, solid, at least a good foundation of chart knowledge. But like I said, general knowledge. So sure, as far as that alert I made, yeah, it was, but still, general knowledge. Just, throw things out there. So let's see how this one continue to play out, though. Because this was a pretty nasty breakdown. There's no doubt about it. I mean, look at that breakdown. Look how quick and nasty that was, which was a good example. Be disciplined. Just take the loss. But again, general knowledge. Like I said, the reason I put that green line down there should be very, very evident. If you consider yourself to have a firm foundation in charting, then that should be very, very evident why that line is down there. So you can see right there, hesitated a little bit, and then came down there and boom, hit that green line. Went slightly below it, but nothing crazy. And just spent some time, right around that area. So, I mean, plenty of opportunity for people to take notice, and there it goes. And so patience required, and then look at that all of a sudden. Boom. Volume came pouring in, and an absolutely monster move that was not done yet. It ultimately went up there for a move of 153%. And once again, this green line where it was is not by any stretch of the imagination some sort of, me trying to fit a square peg through a round hole. That's very, very straightforward. That's just basic support resistance levels. Now, of course, there's more that goes into forming a trade plan than just having supports and resistance levels. But this is one of these where, I'll be doing a more in-depth case study on it for members of the Trading Freedom Pathway program I offer. But the point here being general knowledge pays, and the general knowledge that you could have would have very, very, very realistically had you watching this one and had you getting in. I mean, it's not like it just hit this level once and then never returned. I mean, it spent a good amount of time down here, just consolidated nicely, and then for the 153% move to the upside. So again, if you watched last week's video, or just if you haven't, and just realize it was not the biggest week to brag about at all, but then literally, and that's why I love these videos, because they're real. They are literally week by week by week, so you see what happens, so you can see how things play out. But yeah, that's just how it goes as a trader. Welcome to the trader life. Some weeks are just going to be, but then just boom, that fast the next week. I mean, things are literally firing on all cylinders, making money when prices are going down, making money on this. Huge 3-digit scores. I mean, that's why you got to manage risk and just take it week by week. If you are interested in getting these alerts, then you can sign up and go to claytrader.com/team. And you get a lot more than just the newsletter. The other big thing is there's the live chat room, so you can get real-time alerts and all that. So it's not just the newsletter. There's the live chat room too. There is also the other one that's very popular is the app. So it's not like you have to stay chained to your computer or anything like that. You can stay in touch no matter where you are. So check that stuff out, and a lot of other benefits come with it. But this is just one example of it. All in all, though, great week. Great bounce back from the previous week. Not that the previous week was like I said, a train record, but it was not necessarily that great. But overall, keep the losses small, keep the risk controlled, because all it takes is 1 week like this, or really in all actuality, one stock, LJPC, could have wiped away a whole lot of small discipline control losses. So just, keep that in mind. And yeah, nobody likes to take losses. Nobody likes to have to manage risk. That's not the funnest thing to talk about. But, in the big picture, as you saw here, from last week to this week, a total 180 turnaround, a thing of beauty. So go sign up, and I'll see you on the inside, and let's start making some money.